New statistics show that nearly 1 in 10 infants born in 2023 were admitted to a NICU, a frightening experience for entire families, including siblings. One local mom is turning her family's journey into a book to help others. Monica Robbins joins us now with more.
A Cleveland native is turning one of life's most challenging moments into a book. Emily Rosen is a Cleveland native, a mom, and just wrote Waiting for Max. It's designed to support families who've had babies in the NICU, and it's inspired by her own son's time in the NICU. The story offers a heartfelt look at what it's like for siblings waiting at home. And Emily joins us now to talk about the book, the message behind it, and how she's hoping to pay it forward. This is amazing. So let's talk about the book. It's called Waiting for Max. What was the inspiration behind this, and why did you choose to write it?
So my son Max was born in 2019, and he arrived 6 weeks early, surprised my husband and I. And so as a result of being so premature, he spent 16 days in the NICU. That obviously wasn't our plan as first-time parents to go home without our son coming with us. And so that time was incredibly hard. I cried every day, multiple times a day, and just leaving him there and going home every night was incredibly difficult. But one thing we tried to do to feel somewhat like normal new parents was read books to him every day. So we brought a different book each day he was there. But it was really difficult to find a book that reflected our story. You know, there's thousands of books about new babies and new siblings and welcoming a baby home from the hospital, but not really much out there about a baby that spent time in the NICU first. So I decided to write one, especially given 1 in 10 babies go to the NICU, which is over 350,000 a year in the US alone. So it's incredibly prominent, but not really talked about in a picture book context enough. And so that's why I wrote the book.
And you wrote this book in the perspective of a sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Max at the time didn't have a sibling.
No.
So why did you choose that perspective?
So in thinking about the experience in the NICU and any tough experience, I think the hardest part about going through that is if there is a child involved, explaining to them what's going on. And so this works as a conversation starter with an older sibling, an older cousin, a next door neighbor that doesn't really understand why the baby's not coming home like most other babies do. And so it really offers this kind of place for parents and grandparents to talk about it with kids that feels validating their emotions and explaining what's going on in a kid-friendly way.
Because of my job, I've been in NICUs several times, and I know what they're like, but they're also overwhelming and very scary to people who've never been in there. But you used a child's imagination to try and explain it. How did you do that? And I'm guessing this book is also going to help adults.
Yes, that's my hope. So as a parent, I always try to tell the truth to my kids. I think it's important to empower them with honest information, but to do so in a way that's kid-friendly, that doesn't have too many scary details, but just enough so they understand what's going on and feel validated about what they're thinking and what they're feeling. And so that's what I tried to do with this book, is really kind of do the baseline of what goes on in a NICU. You'll see a feeding tube, you'll see the monitors and the isolette. Obviously, every NICU story is different, and I can't possibly begin to cover them all in one picture book. But I tried to just do the basics so that kids can really understand what's happening and feel, like they're part of it. I also wanted the illustrations to feel really warm and inviting while also being medically accurate. I think both of those were important. And so I had a really wonderful illustrator create those.
But this book is also giving back.
Yes.
So talk to me about, the book comes out in October, but what will the proceeds do as well?
Yeah, so in addition to help the book itself helping people, I am going to be giving some of the proceeds from the book to NICU organizations and NICU hospitals, and we'll also be donating books to some hospitals and organizations as well, including Rainbow Babies here in Cleveland. We're working on a program to give books to families that are in the NICU there. So I'm really excited to give back to the community here where I grew up.
I have a feeling your Cleveland background is the reason you're doing all of this.
Yes.
So we're just gonna own you for that. So,
Yeah.
Well done, and thank you. I have a feeling a lot of families are really going to need this, and I wish this book was written years ago.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that to me, so I know that, you know, once it's out there in October, it'll really help a lot of people. I'm excited to see that.
Well done, Emily. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, back to you guys.